HOA Karen stormed my 150-year-old ranch. She had no idea. She was yelling at the governor. The morning sun rose slowly over the hills of my family's ranch, lighting up the wide fields that had been in my family for over 150 years. My great-great-grandfather built the first wooden house on that land long before paved roads or neighborhoods existed there. To most people, it was just an old ranch. To me, it was history, legacy, home. After years of public service and a life spent mostly in the capital, I had finally returned to the ranch. I had recently inherited after my father passed away. I wanted peace, silence, and a place to remember the man who taught me everything. But peace didn't last long. Just 3 days after moving in, a convoy of shiny SUVs rolled down the dusty road leading to my gate. I was repairing a section of the old fence when a sharply dressed woman stepped out of the first vehicle. She wore oversized sunglasses, carried a clipboard, and walked like she owned the ground beneath her feet. She didn't introduce herself. Instead, she started shouting, "Hey, you there! Stop what you're doing immediately!" I slowly stood up, brushing dirt from my hands. "Good morning," I said calmly. "Can I help you?" She scoffed. "You can start by explaining why you're illegally occupying HOA property." I blinked, confused. "HOA property?" She pointed dramatically toward the ranch house. "This entire area falls under the Silver Creek Estates Homeowners Association, and we have strict building and land use regulations. That shack you're fixing violates at least 6 of them." I glanced at my house, the same house that had stood there since 1875. "Ma'am," I said politely, "this ranch existed long before your neighborhood." She rolled her eyes. "That's not how it works. The HOA governs everything within our development boundaries." I looked past her shoulder and noticed something strange. Behind her, construction crews were marking land along the edge of my property. Survey flags. My stomach tightened. "What exactly are they doing?" I asked. She smiled smugly. "We're preparing to build a community hiking trail and a luxury viewing deck right through this section of land." She tapped her clipboard. "And according to our records, the previous owner never responded to our letters." My chest went cold. The previous owner was my father, and he had been in the hospital during his final months. "You never had permission to enter this land," I said firmly. She laughed. "Oh, honey, we don't need permission." Then she turned and shouted toward the workers, "Go ahead and start clearing." That's when the chainsaw started. A worker began cutting into one of the old oak trees my grandfather planted when my father was born. Something inside me snapped. "Turn that off," I said. The worker hesitated and looked at the Karen. She folded her arms. "Don't listen to him,"